Again, everyone, nearly 200,000 men and women leave the U.S. military each year, but the transition out of uniformed service can be difficult no matter how long they've served.
Now, two veteran nonprofit organizations are teaming up to empower service members during their transition to civilian life. And joining us now to continue this conversation is Brigadier General Mike Eastman, the Executive Director of Onward Ops, and Andrea McCarran, the President of the PenFed Foundation. Thank you both so much for joining us. We do have a lot of service members here in Washington State, so this is a really important conversation for our viewers. Brigadier General Eastman, tell us about the military challenges veterans face as they do transition to civilian life.
Sure, they fall into two buckets. So the one is you're leaving, whether you serve for 4 years or 40, you're leaving a structured environment with a common purpose, a common sense of mission, really a family, and it becomes part of your identity. And so many new veterans struggle with losing that part of themselves as they move from active service into veteran status. At the same time, you encounter all of the challenges that any of us would face when we make a major life change. They have to find a new job and a new house and new health care and all of those things. What makes it unique as part of the veteran transition is this all hits at once. And we have found that just giving them access to good resources, good information, and a mentor to help guide them through this journey leads to much better outcomes at the end.
So tell us about the Onward Ops program and how service members can be a part of that, and maybe even some resources that it provides.
So Onward Ops is basically 3 pillars. It's a program we've developed to help new veterans come through this period of transition and then succeed. It starts with time. We ask service members to enroll up to a year before they leave military service so they can build in the time to plan for success. The second pillar of what we do is connect. We connect them to resources based on what they tell us they need, whether it's help with housing or student loans or disability. We have great partners in our ecosystem that we will refer them to ensure they get the services that they need. And then third and foremost, in terms of importance, is connecting them to a certified mentor in the community they're living in or moving to, so that they have someone that can answer real-life questions. What part of town should I live in? How's the housing market? What's the job market look like? Questions that if you can get an answer to them, takes a layer of pressure off of the veteran in this process.
Mentorship, so critical. How does someone become a mentor, and why are mentors so important?
To become a mentor in our program, I would just refer you to our website. It's a really straightforward process. You fill out a form. We take you through some online training that we've developed in partnership with the Veterans Administration. We follow that up by a 1-hour session where we do some role play. We talk to those people, those mentors that don't perhaps have a military background on their own, on what it's like, what the culture of veterans is like, how you speak to them. And then we surround them with a layer of support so that if they have questions or need access to resources, it's on my organization to connect them.
Amazing. And Andrea, I want to switch gears over to you really quickly. Why did PenFed Foundation decide to partner with Onward Ops? And what exactly is, what do you all do over at the PenFed Foundation?
Well, the PenFed Foundation exists to empower veterans as they make that transition from military service to the civilian world, where they can become community leaders. Veterans are extraordinary hires. They have a great work ethic. They're resilient. They're multi-talented. And when we learned about this innovative program that aligns with the PenFed Foundation mission, we knew we wanted to be a part. So this is really a call to action to the residents of Seattle and people across the state of Washington to consider becoming a mentor just a few hours a week to change someone's life, and also to help us spread the word to the military community if they know somebody transitioning from military service, to go to PenFedFoundation.org, PenFed Foundation.org, and become a part of us. Join our team and help us give back to the community.
And Andrea, there's mentorship training for those folks that do want to get involved in mentorship. Any requirements for them?
Absolutely, because you don't need to be a veteran to be a mentor. I mean, think about this array of careers in the United States where mentorship is so key. So we just want to help make that transition more geared toward success. We want to be proactive. We want to be pragmatic. And that's something that the Onward Ops PenFed Foundation partnership is really all about.